Okay, I have way more interesting things to talk about than I have time to possibly cover during this show, at least in my opinion. Okay, but yeah, my opinion. So we're going to get an audio confirmation here in a moment and get the show rolling. I've got audio confirmation on myself. SpeakerBot Bing says it's alive, but it hasn't given you a test yet. Now it's about to give you a test. Here it comes.
DougBetts said, "Hey, is this thing on?"
Yep, I heard it through my earpiece and over the stream. And we don't have that weird noise that we had on, what was it, Wednesday? Yeah, today's Friday. It wasn't yesterday, it was the day before, I think. Whatever. All right, Doug, move along. I'm going to go into channel comments, and I've got emails, and I've got people making comments in chat today. Ay caramba, just so much to do. And then I've been to three client offices already this morning. That one has a story. That one has a story. That one is a client's office, but he's also my chiropractor, and I was just going to get adjusted this morning, so I didn't actually do work. But both of these have interesting stories. I don't know if I doubt that I'm going to get to them. Things that I consider interesting anyway, but that's just me. The oldest comment in here, I'm holding on to Greg's for a bit yet. I've talked about that before. Kerry Holzman says it makes sense. A $300 computer might sell for $600 after the current state of tariffs. Now that's this computer over here that I ordered for a client, the Nemo computer, and we saw that one variation had gone up to $600 instead of the $300, but the other variations were still at $300. Now this does introduce something I hadn't thought of. I thought it was an inventory control mechanism, but it could be that they're anticipating that the price can be $600 once the tariffs once they're subject to that. And if they are out of stock on that version of the laptop, then it makes a whole lot of sense that they're saying, hey, this is what it's going to be. Oh boy, I did already mess up, didn't I? So here's the video link. Control paste. Whoops, I didn't wait long enough. Try that again. There we go. 147 seconds. So it was probably what? Maybe 137 seconds. I don't know. I'll have to check on that later. So I'll do the thumbs up and heart. I'm just not going to click the reply button until I check that out after the show. Not that Carrie needs it, but for anyone else who's reading those comments. Then let's see, I need to check here how many of these are not regular people. Tim Cruise, God, no, regular, this one, and okay, so that's what I'm going to do here is I'll click reply there, and I'll click reply up here. Yeah, then hit my button. Pause for a moment, then hit paste, and that should be their valid timestamp. So for the two of you, Adele saying thank you regarding the Yahoo Mail, and up here for MZ Spinster, Ms. Spinster, I'm not sure. So for both of you, thank you for making the comment. I appreciate that very, very much. And just wanted to let you know that myself and the chat room are here we try to be 6 days a week. I try to be 6 days a week. They're here sometimes when I'm not. But our intention is to be able to respond to people's issues that they're having with Windows-based computers. So if you have any trouble like that, you can send me an email and we'll respond to whatever your question is. I will send a timestamp back to you by email giving our response. You don't even have to be a regular viewer around here to be able to get that level of support with us, okay? So let's give a thumbs up and a heart and finish that reply. Come up here to this one, thumbs up and heart, and finish that reply. You know what? I want to check one thing here. I'm going to come over here and paste that and be sure that is bringing me to the right spot. Yep, it is. Okay, good. Because that's a new button and It didn't work right in the beginning. In the beginning, there were buttons. So I finished that one. Then this one. Darren Gilholm says, hi. Oh, yeah, this. Okay, this one and this one. Those are unlisted videos. So nobody's going to get to see those comments. They're unlisted now. They were accidentally public when I was streaming from my cell phone. I guess it was yesterday. Oh, such a Doug. I had somebody from another community that I'm involved in asking about how to start a live stream, how to schedule a live stream and be able to do it in landscape mode. And all of my Google searches, all of my AI searches said you can't do it, but I found a way to do it. I found it. Indeed, I did. Schedule a live stream for mobile and be able to do it in landscape orientation. And I think I'm going to make a video for that because I think it's probably going to get a lot of hits. Let's get this one. I hit my button, wait for a moment, and then paste it. Tim Cruz, I'm pointing out that they couldn't hear me. That was on Wednesday. So that's when we had that buzzing noise, and eventually I discovered that all it was is once again this microphone just disconnected and reconnected. And it was just, I've never had that symptom before. I've had other symptoms with the microphone, not that one. Now, this is kind of weird. I get the idea that he didn't finish, he didn't scan forward to see it. Let's see. We couldn't hear your audio at the beginning. Okay, so I guess he did hear it later. Yeah, can't hear. Why just replay? Can't hear your voice at all. I don't know why. Just replay your live stream. Oh, he's making it like I didn't know. Yeah, but I found out. I knew that at the beginning. Well, shortly after the beginning. So I don't know why he's felt a need to tell me that, but I responded to that here because I wanted to point out what had happened. Now, what else? What's the rest of the story, Doug? Well, there were other problems when I ended the stream. OBS, I'm going to try to show you this here. Yeah, I can show you this. When I hit my stop streaming button on the stream deck, this stopped streaming and the stream successfully ended. But this one for stop recording did not ever stop. It just, I left it sit there for a couple hours and it never did stop. I wound up, I couldn't click anything else in OBS. I couldn't close it. I wound up finding other symptoms that weren't working right, that I think it might have been beyond OBS's problem, but yeah, it went on some more. So my new strategy is to, I shut down Big Beast Build at nighttime because it just generates too much heat during the warm months. So then when I turn it on, it's a cold boot. And I have found it not to be very reliable. So what I'm going to do now is I'll turn it on, cold boot, and then restart it. On a restart, I have not encountered troubles. I have also set up on Big Beast Build, Wake on LAN, and I have the Magic Packet app on my phone. So I can actually turn it on from upstairs because it takes a couple minutes for it to start up. And then I hit restart. So that's my new strategy with Big Beast Build, because there's been a couple of issues that have happened when I turn it on in the morning after it's been off all night and just start using it from there. Yeah, it's not working well. All right, so I'll finish that one out. Then I'll move on. Yeah, this was about that accidental live stream from the phone. And then Tim Cruz, again, I don't know why, another one, really? You need to say that again? All right, yeah. Scott, whoops. Come on, Doug, hit the button. See, I should hit the button before I even click reply. That way, a little bit of time passes before I press Control V. Thumbs up and a heart for Scott. Love the thumbnail at Marlena changed for Carrie and your show last week. I did a little, now this isn't showing that, oh, this was from yesterday's video, but I have modified the thumbnail for that video on mine a little bit more. I downloaded her thumbnail, and then I modified it a little bit more. I wanted the text to be larger because I think when those thumbnails show in small size, yeah, I couldn't read the text. So what did I do? Am I actually going to show that off? Yes, I guess I am. Duh. So if I come over here to view your channel, this isn't through the studio. This is through viewing it on my channel. Then go to live. And let's see, down here somewhere. Yeah, I just made this text in the middle a little bit bigger. But I really love what she did with that thumbnail. Awesome. Then come back here. Finish that reply. Thank you, Scott. Carrie Olsman. Okay, here we go. It's on. It's so on. Because I mentioned the SpinRite program yesterday, and I knew this was going to have repercussions. And I tell you what, I'm really enjoying this kind of maybe a new era that Carrie and I are stepping into, where we're kind of a little more upfront about the things that we disagree on. He does not like SpinRite. I feel there is a place for SpinRite. So let's read his comment. Then I'll make my comments about where I'm at with SpinRite. SpinRite is a $90 program. Why would you spend $90 to attempt to fix a $10 flash drive? Just use DiskPart and reset the flash drive. Likely it has a Linux file system on it that Windows isn't compatible with. Gotta love Linux. Well, my recollection of that report, was it from Martin? I'm not sure who it was that DiskPart was not able to see it. So DiskPart was unable to address it whatsoever. He was able to address it on Linux and fix it there and then make it available to Windows computers. So it was weird that DiskPart was not able to access it. And I think he was implying that it was, I think he told us what that drive was used for, and it wasn't Linux. I think he said it was some tools, Windows tools. So I'm not sure I'm remembering that, but that's not the important point that I want to address about this. Why would you attempt to spend $90, a $10 flash drive? Well, I wasn't proposing that. Never. I was not proposing that. I was just saying this is one of the things that SpinRite could fix. If for instance, if a person already had SpinRite, so they weren't going to buy it. If that flash drive was something that they really cared about for some reason that we don't know. We don't know why he cared about getting that functional again. I don't care. The question came to me as a technological question. I want to give an answer to that question. I'm not of the mindset to say, why do you even want to do that? Why do you even want to bother with it? Because lots of us, including Carrie and including myself, and including Jim for that matter, we sometimes go down chasing down an interesting technical issue, even though we don't have to. We don't need to. Now, could there be a reason why he wants that flash drive? Here's a reason. Let's suppose his grandmother, who passed away a few years ago, gave him that flash drive, and she was an artist, and she did some kind of a tiny little painting on that flash drive, maybe of his young children when they were young, and he really just cherishes that $10 flash drive and wants to be able to continue using that. So, Carrie, you asked for a reason. There's your reason right there. Let's see. And then the other point I was making about SpinRite is it can repair a drive. Now, I'm not likely to ever do that with my clients. Neither is Carrie. We are not in the part of the industry, Carrie and I don't think, where we would ever validly, justifiably want to use SpinRite to repair a drive so it's usable again. But there is a huge specialty area in IT that does want to do that. And to find out about them, you just go to Steve's website and read all the conversations there in their conversation thread of all the people that are using it for valid purposes, but they are not supporting small business offices. Carrie and I are in a very specific area of IT. It's like we are the coaches in the junior high baseball games or the elementary school baseball games. We might be well liked and popular in our local area, but we're not in the major leagues. Um, there's a whole lot of other specialty areas of IT. Let's just to take the baseball example further. Perhaps Steve Gibson is in the area of the technology and construction of baseball bats. That is a whole huge multi-million-dollar industry that the coaches in the elementary school don't care about, aren't interested in, don't know much about, probably. All right, so I got to read chat, please. I'll go on to, oh, I didn't do, doggone it. All right, I'm going to do just that last timestamp here, and I'll put question marks in. Oh, I think that conversation is going to go on further. Am I going to regret what I just said? Am I going to regret taking that conversation further? Let's go see what this read chat, please, is. You are correct. This partless disk would not detect a pen drive. Yeah, it was Martin Hogg, and he's calling it a pen drive. Pen drive, flash drive, jump drive. What are your other words for those little memory devices? What other words do you have? Yeah, this part couldn't see it. And Martin, was it a Windows? Whatever content was on that drive previously, was it Windows based? And how long ago was it that you were able to use it? And why do you care about, why would you care about recovering that and not just replacing it if you want to address any of those issues? Let's see if he said anything else on that. Come over here and see what else. Hello from Scotland. Well, hello back at you from Scotland. Let's see, that's a conversation between him and Brian. Yeah, nothing else. I have filled in an 8. Yeah, whatever that is. I don't know. They're having some kind of conversation, probably humorous. I'll do the thumbs up and heart, but I got to remember to come back and fill in that timestamp. Okay, so I did that one. Then come up here. Yeah, okay. Push the button first, Dougie. Click reply, Dougie. Press Control V, Dougie. Yeah, I'm going to take heat for that nickname for myself, aren't I? Greg M. from yesterday's show says, most PC laptops are cheaply made when it comes to the hinges. Yeah, I'm not convinced it's cheap. I think they're trying to make it stronger and it backfires on them. I think it's, they come up with all these different designs. There's no standardization among hinges. They're always trying to do something different. I'm not sure if it's trying to be cheap about it, because the first laptop I bought after I opened my own business for myself cost me more than $4,000. It was kind of a high-end Dell laptop. I had a reason why I wanted that. I'm not going to go into that now. But the hinges broke on that under warranty like 4 times. A Dell technician came out and replaced the hinges at my home under warranty 4 times. It was an expensive laptop. It wasn't cheap hinges. It was an expensive laptop. So I'm not going to blame it on cheap. The hinges are overly tight metal hinges. That is a problem. And they do that so that it can hold that screen up for you and be kind of stiff. When you've got all that leverage, the hinge has to be very stiff in order for that leverage to be able to hold the screen up in place. The hinges are overly tight metal hinges that screw into brass inserts inserted in plastic standoffs. Yeah, that's a problem. How do you you got to transition somewhere to plastic or lightweight material. How do you make that transition? Over time, the stress of opening lids puts stress on everything, and plastic standoffs shatter. So I have taken to coaching my clients. When you open a laptop, open it, don't open it on one side or the other. Don't do that. Open it up on both sides, maybe then grab it in the middle, but don't open it on one side. And especially if you have these hinges that raise the laptop up off the ground, got to be careful with that, because I don't care how much money they spend on them. I think they're still going to be fragile. Thank you, Greg. That was a great topic to bring up. And finish that reply. And then, oh, Greg M again. Let's press the button, then click reply. Then enough time has passed that I can do that, thumbs up and heart. I could have done the thumbs up and heart as a way of stalling for that button press to take effect. Why you are seeing, this isn't a question, this is an explanation. Why you are seeing 2009 for Windows 10 September 2020 update, but actually released in October. So this is a ChatGPT. I had to log into my ChatGPT account to bring this up. Now, this doesn't explain why we're seeing 2009 on a computer that has Windows 10 22H2. This is just explaining why 2009, it was labeled 2009 when it was actually released in October, the 10th month. Well, they had already been on like 04 and 09, 04, 09, I think for a few years. And then on that second half of 2020, they started doing the 20H2 as we learned yesterday. But I guess basically they're just saying here that maybe it was just late being released in October. Version number, here's what it means. Yeah, more commonly referred to. It was just released in October instead of September. I'm thinking they were just late releasing it. Why it says 2009 and not 20H2? Well, that's just when they made the changeover. But this isn't really addressing what we're seeing in Windows 10 22H2, where it's showing up on the About page claiming to be 2009. Is this really an explanation? It just tells us what the 2009 means, more commonly referred to as 20H2. Microsoft uses internal versioning based upon the planned release time. Yeah, so that's saying it was planned to be released in September. It was actually released in October. So that's all. Thank you, Greg, for bringing that out. And then on that subject, let me tell a little bit more. Since yesterday, I have checked several Windows 10 computers. I have found every single one of them showed 2009. And I tried uninstalling the April cumulative update, and it still says 2009. So I don't know where that started happening, but I suspect it has to do with, even in Windows 11, we've got, don't we? Where is it? Is it here? I thought it was showing in Windows 11 as well. No. No, maybe it was just Windows 10. And I don't conveniently have that available. But, oh, I know. Somebody sent me pictures. Let me show it to you in the pictures. I thought I've been seeing this come up on Windows 11 too. Where there's this new information at the top of a About screen that didn't used to be there. Where is it? It's here. I know it is. Oh, now I got to verify my email account. Thank you very much. Oh, Google, you're killing me here. Don't you know I'm live streaming? Yeah, you know I'm live streaming. I'm live streaming through your platform. Duh. Okay. I just tried to go to the other email. Now, where? Oy. Why am I not seeing this now? Did they change it? There's this, on this About screen right here, above this point, up higher, there's this panel that has your CPU and your memory and like 4 or 5 square panels across the top that's new.
Read chat, please.
And then you scroll down a little bit and you see this 2009 and up above it, it says the 22H2. So I've seen that on probably 6 or 8 Windows 10 computers I've looked at, every one of them was having that. I'll get to that in a minute, Martin. I feel like I gotta go show that. Now this means I want to sign into my iCloud Photos because I took a picture of that this morning, I'm pretty sure, at one of my clients' offices. It's this is a new thing. And when I uninstalled the April 2025 cumulative update, this screen was still showing this way. Yeah, here, this one. Let me make sure there's no private information here. No, there's not. Yeah, right, one little piece. Let me blur this. Talk amongst yourselves, right? Let's see, grab that and come down to there. Grab that, come down to there. Pop that out so I can see it big. And that shows me over there. Yep. So it's just, I'm blurring out the computer name.
Read chat, please.
Marsman says he did not find 2009 on any Windows 10 home. So when you're seeing that, Marsman, I want to be sure that you're seeing that on the About page and on this screen where you scroll down further, not on WinVer, but be sure that it's at this location. He didn't find it on any Windows 10 home. I think I did, and I think I might have a picture of that. Okay, but anyway, yeah, these 4 panels here, those, I don't recall those being there, and I thought I've seen them on Windows 11 yesterday. But I think these are new, showing this way. Are they? Are they new? Let's see, I'm gonna transition that and then see what other pictures I have in here. Let's see, this one. No, that's Windows 10 Pro 2009. I'm punching through like, I don't know, 30 pictures. I made a liar out of myself about those 4 panels, claiming that they were in Windows 11 as well. Looney Tunes. Really? Okay, now what I want to do. Punch that, and then turn off studio mode, and then let's see, I'll go turn off that blur before I forget that. Then I'll go catch the read chat pleases. Marsman did not find 2009 on any Windows 10 home. How many did you check? That's interesting that it'd only be on Pro. I thought there was another read chat after that one. Oh, there's one before that for Martin. It was his flash drive was an ADATA 128 gigabyte. Used to have old MS Win file backup files. Didn't want to bin it, recycle bin, but very useful size for other large files. So not a $10, I don't think 128 gigabytes, that's not a $10 flash drive, is it? Oh, it's 9:30. Well, I got to get up here too. Ken Stout at the beginning here. Is he still in chat? Is he still here? Yeah, he's been around here. Okay, so here we go.
Why, certainly.
Yeah, he says he is. So as per my screen, Ken Stout says, I am first. Ugh. And thus feel as if I should be awarded at least 1 million points, you know, to get a slight advantage over John. Well, what Ken Stout is not acknowledging here, he's not abiding by the rules of the game. This game has rules. Now, let me come down here and show you the rules because he is totally ignoring this rule. Down here in this
Recheck, please.
manual points section, Marsman says he checked on 4 computers and it was the about screen. Okay, thank you. Yeah, this manual points screen, Ken Stout has totally ignored this one here. Pushing the boundaries of the point system. Discretionary points deducted, especially when Ken Stout is involved. So all the previous times that I have shown these rules, he has not seen this. Now, it could have something to do with the fact that I only put that rule in 5 minutes before showtime, but it's just my opinion. I might be wrong. He asked for 1 million points. So I have this button. The rules can be found on my computer. Ken? Yes, where the rules can be found. They're found on my computer. Easy. No big deal. Exclamation mark rules. It'll probably be, you'll probably eventually be able to call it up. But anyway, so we got, let's see. Ken Stout says he thinks he gets 1 million points. So there's 1 million points. And then I do at Ken Stout live. Okay, but we gotta make that right because what did that rule say? Discretionary points deducted. So he asked for 1 million points. So there's the minus sign. And then I press this button right here. Let's see if that works. Has been given negative 1 million points. Just kidding. I will reverse that after the show is over. Just kidding. Just having fun with the Kenster. Is it having fun with him if it's just me that's having the fun? Let's see. There are things that I didn't get to yesterday. And they can wait for the show tomorrow, and they're worthy of longer conversations. So I don't think I'm going to go there. Did I get enough of those? Yeah, I got enough of those community or the channel comments. So now, last piece of business. I'm going to look for the oranges and address those. And if you want me to do the outro that includes the theme song, put a 1 in chat. If you want me to do the short one, put a 0 in chat. I will abide by your vote. Good morning. Chat, supposed to warm up. Another Phil Collins tune. Let's see, that read chat. Ken has thrown in the red challenge flag. He wants to challenge that. You can challenge YouTube for that. You can put in a complaint to YouTube about bullying and harassment. See if they might take my video down if they judge that to be valid. Looking for the oranges. Stop reading everything, Doug. Look for the oranges. You've already addressed all of the read chat pleases. Hello, John Williams. Hello, everybody else. Sorry I didn't call out all your names today. That's kind of a hit and miss thing. You know I love you all, though, even if I don't say it every day. Looking for the orange. Go to the light, Doug. Have you tried using Hibernate to shut down as a workaround for the startup problems on Big Beast? Yes, I have. And that has been problematic. It hasn't solved the issue. So currently I'm doing Currently, I'm doing shutdown and then use the wake on land. Now, I have not tried hibernate in combination with wake on land, but I have in the past experienced restoring from hibernate where Big Beast still has trouble. And I think I'm kind of suspecting it might have more to do with going from a cold state to a warm state. I don't know. I only work here. It's not like I'm a technician. Wait, what? Excuse me if you heard me burp. Yeah, I've tried that. No. I've also tried standby. No. When I use standby, I'm going to do it again. Wow. If I do standby, I have to turn the mouse off. I hit standby and then quickly turn the mouse off. Otherwise, it will wake itself up even when I'm not in the room and haven't touched it. I have no idea what that means. I'm looking for the oranges. I have a redirect to Carrie's show. We'll go take a look at what his show is about today. I have not actually looked at that yet. 24H2. Okay, Windows 11 24H2 has the 4 panels. I swear I had the 4 panels yesterday. I need to know this. Oops, I don't have a thing plugged into that. I had the 4 panels yesterday. Oh, there's the 4 panels. Now I have the 4 panels on Baby Beast. I think I tried that during the show and I did not have the 4 panels. Do I have the 4 panels now on Big Beast? No, I do not. What's up with that? Oh, this is on 23H2. Oh, that's why. Big Beast isn't on 24H2. I bet that's why I don't have the 4 panels. Yeah, we did see that yesterday. Okay. All right. Costco has a package of 2 128 gigabyte flash drives. Okay, so that's a $10 flash drive if they have 2 of them for that. I need to see if Marsman gave me anything more. Rummage sailing. Oh, all right. Fun. I was giggling. I only lost 5. LOL. I have no idea what that means. Was he trying to say I was Googling? I was giggling. He only lost 5. I have no idea. Did he lose 5 points? Did I take away 5 points for him sometime in the past? I think I did. I think I did. Hello, great guy. There's Greg. There's the next orange. John Williams, it's perfect. LOL. I don't know what that's in reference to. 4 panels. All right, good enough. That'll do it. Oh, I said I want to go show what Carrie's doing today. Here come Carrie. Here come the Carrie. Oh, Mitch is here. Awesome. 3 hours. Unraveling the mystery. Unraveling the mystery live. Special guest insights. Interactive tech discussions and maybe a build. So unraveling the mystery.
Read chat.
The mystery is not the special guest. Unraveling the mystery. The mystery with Carrie and Mitch. Carrie and Mitch are going to... Oh, here's a question mark on a keyboard. So the mystery has to do with a keyboard maybe. And then here is maybe a... Does that look like a laptop display panel? And is there anything on the desk? There's a keyboard and a mouse on the desk.
Read chat, please.
Yeah, I don't quite see what, not much of a clue what the mystery is. We'll find out. I'll go get those read chats. was referring to Ken minus million. Oh yeah, okay. I think Marsman actually did have a -5 a little while back as a joke. And John Williams is perfect. Ken losing all of his points. Now I can give him the points back after the show by editing the file, or I can give him the points back now during the show. Give me 1 if you want me to give him the points now. Give me a 0 if you don't want to see that. Ken wants the points now. Spamming is another thing that's in the rules. Look at that. Spamming, that's another thing that's in the rules. Let's see, where is that? I think it is. Let's see. Frivolous. Oh, it was spam. No, that was compliments. That wasn't. Yeah, I originally said spamming compliments. Spam. No mentions for spam. No. So I got to put a rule in for spams. There's 0. That spam song is in my head. Can I get a copy of these rules? He cannot authenticate as administrator when logged in as a standard user. Greg M. Is he talking about that Ken can't authenticate, or is he talking about something else? He got a tech issue here. Ken should lose points. After all, he has lost all of his marbles. What is Greg? He cannot, was on the phone with a client. Oh, the client that he was on the phone with. See, yeah, I don't remember what your last comment was, Greg. The client that I was on the phone with cannot authenticate as administrator when logged into as a standard user. If you're trying to do something that triggers Windows to ask for an administrator authentication, then you'd be prompted for that. Now, when you say he can't authenticate, that might mean he's not typing in the password right, or it might mean he doesn't even get a prompt to put in a username and password for the administrator account. It might mean that he types in the password and it fails to accept his password. Is he clicking on the button to see what he's actually typed to make sure that works? If there's no eyeball to see what password he's typed, then have him press the start button and type the password down there, and then highlight it, Control-C to copy, and then go paste that into the password field. I don't know what happens when he tries, because this doesn't tell me what that is. So maybe there's a couple ideas there that might help for you. You don't have much time to give me more on that. You gotta give me, he was remoted into the system. Were you able to sign in? Are you actually asking a question, or are you just commenting? I don't know. I don't know. All right, I'm out of here, because I don't know if you were actually asking a question for help or just commenting on what's going on. You still have time to answer that. What did you guys say about the long? I think you gave me ones for the theme song. All right, I'll give you the theme song. That way you have more time to put in another comment, Greg.
Read chat,
That's the
please.
email address if you want to put in send a question to me by email. And you're welcome, John. And other than that, have a great Friday, everybody. I'll catch you later. Our normal show is planned for tomorrow. Goodbye.
That's all, folks.
Tune in 6 days a week for Windows support, the help you seek. Send an email, leave a comment, join the chat. Our tech-savvy crew is where it's at. Not just me, but a whole community, helping you solve tech mysteries. With friends who are here almost every day, we love to chat and help you find your way. So subscribe now, be part of the team, for Windows support and more than you dream. Join the fun. 6 days a week. For Windows support, the help you seek. Send an email, leave a comment, join the chat. Our tech-savvy crew is where it's at. Not just me, but a whole community, helping you solve tech mysteries. With friends who are here almost every day, we love to chat and help you find your way. So subscribe now, be part of the team.